guys, welcome to my backyard garden. I'm Megan. We had a little backyard drama this week. It snowed and it was like -1 last night. So I had everything covered up and I just took everything off, and so let's go for a walk around. As you can see, I think positively, most things look good. Look at that, you guys. Snow remnants from Wednesday. There's still snow piles lying around because we got that much snow. Okay, so there was a bit of damage on the radishes. Nothing super catastrophic. Like I said before, if I lost the entire radish crop, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. I've got lots of seeds, and I would have just replanted. But you can see that kind of dead guy. So that's frost. But the rest of them look pretty good, so I'm happy with that. The radishes came through relatively unscathed. The arugula seedlings, I didn't even cover them, you guys. Got pretty lucky with that. And yeah, let's go check out the spinach. So for the most part, our spinach was fine, but I will zoom in on one of the leaves and I'll show you that we did get a bit of tip damage. So here on the spinach, that kind of beigey bit right in there, that's frost damage. But as a general whole, that's the only plant, the only leaf that even got damaged. So I'm quite pleased with that. And yeah, if we look next door, beside it, the arugula is totally fine. Oregano. It's totally fine too. And I didn't cover it. And then chives, I mean, you can't really kill chives. The lovage, I did cover this one with a bucket, so kept some of the cold air off of it. And then just further down the row, no evidence of any markings or anything on the leaves for the broad beans, so that's great. The sage plant is fine as well. The top of it's looking a little squished up because I did put a bucket over it, and I guess the bucket wasn't quite tall enough, but it's looking all right. No signs of damage to it. And then beside it, the cilantro as well looks completely fine. Oh, that part of the sage that is damaged, that's winter damage from like the actual winter. So that'll just cut back, but I like to leave it for a little bit. I'm not 100% sure about pruning sage, but I will prune it now because the rest of the plant has grown in and I can see what's alive and what's not alive. So now that I know that that branch didn't make it, I'll just go in and prune it off. So this chicory is a good example of what plants do when they're cold. See, it's kind of all curled in on itself. Its leaves are all flopped over. That's what they do when it's really cold. However, I'll show you the one beside it. It seems to have perked itself back up. You can see he was curled over. Some of the leaves are still kind of unfurling themselves. But yeah, he's perking up again. So that's chicory. If you see your plants do that, guys, don't freak out. Just give them a water and yeah, wait, see what happens. So these are the peas. I didn't cover the peas, so we don't give our plants enough credit. I think we baby them too much. They can withhandle a frost. So yeah, it's not too early to plant peas, guys. Get in the garden and plant stuff. So the garlic was the crop I was most concerned about, and mostly because it's already such an effort. You know, you put your little cloves in last October and you hope for the best, and then to see them coming up in the spring, like you've already invested all this time. So I really wanted the garlic to pull through, which is why I covered it with the thin frost blanket. As you can see, all the leaves are kind of twisted and bent over. didn't look like this before. I'm not super concerned. Like, I know the plant itself down here you can see is super healthy. It just would have been nice if they were all still standing up tall and looking showy the way they did before. But I suppose the point isn't show, the point is food. So as long as we get garlic off of it, mission accomplished. And just on the other side, over here, the other garden bed, the onions look similar. So they've kind of flopped over. They're not dead or frost burnt, so we will still have green onions to eat. The little cauliflowers that I had put in, just little seedlings, and there's no frost damage on them, so that is excellent news. And the little tatsoi seedlings also have pulled through without any issues. So that's really great. And then if I can zip you around over here, the oregano, no signs of damage on the oregano. So this garden bed fared well, and again, I didn't cover this garden bed. It was just left to get snowed on. Arugula is a little bit wilty, but it's a very tough plant, so it can survive the winter without being covered. I'm not too worried about it. We're gonna pick some of that and throw it on some homemade pizza tonight. Friday is usually pizza night around here, and it's lovely to be able to pick things out of the garden to throw on your pizza. And then just down here, don't mind the snake, it keeps the squirrels out of the beds. Yeah, I was a bit worried about the Spanish onions, but they pulled through. Alright guys, well, that's my backyard garden. Thanks for coming along, thanks for watching. If you liked it and you're learning something, please subscribe and tell your friends.